I want y'all to take y'all emotions out. I know sometimes I could come across like I'm passionate, and it could seem like anger towards like the FBA crowd or whatever like that. And it might be justifiable to interpret that like that, right? But you got to understand my position. I'm passionate about Black Americans. I'm passionate about my people. And the way the FBA is, they are not my people. This is not my fault. This is their fault. One brother in the comment section referred me to Tariq's official FBA page, and he was telling me that Tariq does include the Aboriginals, the Black Aboriginals of America, in the FBA category, right? So I go on the website and I'm reading paragraph after paragraph. All I see is slavery and how Indians owned us, how we escaped from plantations. I'm seeing the same old thing, right? And so I don't see it. So he tell me it's there. Just keep scrolling all the way to the bottom. So I keep scrolling and scrolling. I'm reading on. I mean, the stuff is long. It's a long run web page, right? I mean, all the way down. When you get like to the second to last section on the web page, he has 3 bullet points. This is Tariq's actual page. He has 3 bullet points describing who that FBA flag is supposed to represent. And I think the second bullet point says the Aboriginals, the Black Aboriginals of the Americas. And that's it. That is the only place he mentioned that in that whole long web page. 99.99% of that page is dedicated to slaves from Africa. So as I told the brother, you are technically correct. What you say is there, but that's a technicality. It's like he threw it in there because he knew he was supposed to. He knew he had to try to put that under there, but then he go right back with the narrative. Bruh, the truth is we are the majority. We are not the minority. If you was to do FBA correctly, that page will be reversed. 99% of that page will be dedicated to our indigenous history, and maybe 1% will be dedicated towards being descendants of slaves from Africa. He did it wrong, but did he do it wrong? No, he didn't do it wrong. He did it as intended, because Tariq was a Pan-Africanist at one time.
What?
See, this dude really come from the same thought background as the people he is going against right now. He often quotes and cites Dr. Claude Anderson. He's a Pan-Africanist. He had people like Professor Smalls, James Smalls, up there in his museum. He's a Pan-Africanist. He is surrounded by Pan-Africans, but that's what he was or is. I don't know. But everything he does is still from that foundation. He's a Pan-Africanist. So you got to understand that what I'm looking at is a constant war that we are having on our identity, our real, true identity. And it's a war that's not being waged against us by outsiders. It's internal. We fight with each other more than we fight with others over our identity. In fact, you don't hear white folks saying nothing. This indigenous stuff has been going around for decades. We've been online with this stuff since about 2006, 7, 8, somewhere around that time. These white folks have never said anything about it. In fact, y'all can recall one politician slipped up and called us indigenous, and the media kind of jumped on it. What you mean indigenous? Who you calling? You calling him indigenous? He kind of tried to correct it and backtrack it, but no, he said what he knew to be true. And then they kind of checked him. He had to back off it, you know what I'm saying? But them people know the truth. They don't argue with us and say that we not indigenous. They don't do it. In fact, the president of Mexico just passed a law, the way I understand it, at least the way I read it. It's not my story, it's the story I read, where she is now recognizing the Black indigenous people of Mexico. I want you to think about that. She's recognizing the Black indigenous people of Mexico, saying they have a right to their own identity, their own culture and everything, right? So I feel like we are constantly under attack by our own. Generation after generation, it's the same old song, just sung in a different key. Some new thing group come up, some new ideology, some new whatever come up, but it's still keeping us in the same box as being nothing more than descendants of African slaves. And that is a problem. So if I come across like I'm a bit angry, this is why. I'm not mad at anybody for doing whatever they want to do. I just wish people just be honest about what they're doing. If you know FBA is not representative of all Black Americans, just be honest and say that, bruh, so we can move on with the further delineation. Just be honest. Stop having all these Black folks, man, believing that this stuff represents them while they're being lumped in, not just lumped in, but their identity is being controlled by the narrative of being descendants of African slaves. It's not fair to us that we have to try to be buddy with y'all when y'all not doing anything to even acknowledge us. Y'all not doing anything to welcome us. The FBA doesn't feel like a place for any Black person who identifies being indigenous. It doesn't feel like we belong there. So you have to understand that what you see in my energy is not anger towards you. I'm not at war with flesh and blood. I am at war with spiritual wickedness in high places. And right now, the FBA is sitting in a high place and it is full of spiritual wickedness. Like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Till next time, I'm out of here. I'm Brother Kush, aka the Black Alpha. Salam.